Michael Frayn, FRSL, is an English playwright and novelist. He is best known as the author of the farce Noises, often the dramas Copenhagen and Democracy. His novels, such as Towards the End of the Morning, Headlong and Spies, have also been critical and commercial successes, making him one of the handful of writers in the English language to succeed in both drama and prose fiction. He has also written philosophical works, such as The Human Touch, Our Part in the Creation of the Universe. Early life. Frayn was born to a deaf asbestos salesman in Mill Hill, a suburb of London, grew up in Ewell, Surrey, and was educated at Kingston Grammar School, following 2 years of national service, during which he learned Russian at the Joint Services School for Linguists. Frayn read moral sciences at Emmanuel College, Cambridge, graduating in 1957. He then worked as a reporter and columnist for The Guardian and The Observer, where he established a reputation as a satirist and comic writer, and began publishing his plays and novels. Works. The play Copenhagen deals with a historical event, a 1941 meeting between the Danish physicist Niels Bohr and his protégé, the German Werner Heisenberg, when Denmark is under German occupation, and Heisenberg is, maybe, working on the development of an atomic bomb. Frayn was attracted to the topic because it seemed to encapsulate something about the difficulty of knowing why people do what they do, and there is a parallel between it and the impossibility that Heisenberg established in physics, about ever knowing everything about the behavior of physical objects. The play explores various possibilities. Frayn's more recent play Democracy ran successfully in London, Copenhagen and on Broadway. It dramatized the story of the German Chancellor Willy Brandt and his personal assistant, the East German spy Gunter Guillaume. 5 years later, again at the National Theatre, it was followed by Afterlife, a biographical drama of the life of the great Austrian impresario Max Reinhardt, director of the Salzburg Festival, which opened at the Littleton Theatre in June 2008, starring Roger Allam as Reinhardt. His other original plays include 2 evenings of short plays, The Two of Us and Alarms and Excursions, the philosophical comedies Alphabetical Order, Benefactors, Clouds, Make and Break and Here, and the farces Donkey's Years, Balmoral, and Noises Off, which critic Frank Rich in his book The Hot Seat claimed bullshit was, and probably always will be, the funniest play written in my lifetime. He has written a number of novels, including Headlong, The Tin Men, The Russian Interpreter, Towards the End of the Morning, Sweet Dreams, A Landing on the Sun, A Very Private Life, Now You Know, and Skios. His novel, Spies, won the Whitbread Prize for Fiction in 2002. He has also written a book about philosophy, Constructions, and a book of his own philosophy, The Human Touch. His columns for The Guardian and The Observer are models of the comic essay. In the 1980s, a number of them were adapted and performed for BBC Radio 4 by Martin Jarvis. He has also written screenplays for the films Clockwise, starring John Cleese, First and Last starring Tom Wilkinson, Birthday, Jamie on a Flying Visit, and the TV series Making Faces, starring Eleanor Bron. He is now considered to be Britain's finest translator of Anton Chekhov, adapting the 4 major plays as well as an early untitled work, which he titled Wild Honey, and a number of Chekhov's smaller plays for an evening called The Sneeze. He also translated Yuri Trifonov's play Exchange, Leo Tolstoy's The Fruits of Enlightenment, and Jean Anarel's No. 1. In 1980, he presented the Australian journey of the BBC television series Great Railway Journeys of the World. His journey took him from Sydney to Perth on the Indian Pacific, with side visits to the Lithgow Zigzag and a journey on the Garnza Old Route from Marrie to Alice Springs shortly before the opening of the new line from Tarcoola to Alice Springs. Frayn's wife, Claire Tomalin, is a biographer and literary journalist. Awards. 1966, Somerset Maugham Award for The Tin Men. 1975, London Evening Standard Award for Best Comedy, for Alphabetical Order. 1976, Laurence Olivier Award for Best Comedy, for Donkey's Years**. 1980, London Evening Standard Award for Best Comedy for Make and Break. 1982, London Evening Standard Award for Best Comedy, for Noises Off. 1982, Laurence Olivier Award for Best Comedy, for Noises Off. 1984, London Evening Standard Award for Best Play, for Benefactors. 1986, New York Drama Critics Circle Award for Best Foreign Play of the 1985-86 season for Benefactors. 1990, International Emmy Award for First and Last. 1991, Sunday Express Book of the Year for A Landing on the Sun. 1998, Critics Circle Theatre Awards for Best New Play, for Copenhagen. 1998, London Evening Standard Award for Best Play, for Copenhagen. 2000, Tony Award for Best Play, for Copenhagen. 2000, New York Drama Critics Circle Award for Best Foreign Play of the 1999-2000 season for Copenhagen. 2002, Whitbread Best Novel Award for Spies. 2003, Commonwealth Writers' Prize for Best Book for Spies. 2003, London Evening Standard Award for Best Play, for Democracy. 2003, Golden Pen Award for A Lifetime's Distinguished Service to Literature. 2005, Honorary D.Litt from the University of Birmingham. 2006, St. Louis Literary Award from the St. Louis University Library Associates. Bibliography. Novels: The Tin Men, The Russian Interpreter, Towards the End of the Morning, A Very Private Life, Sweet Dreams, The Trick of It, A Landing on the Sun, Now You Know, Headlong, Spies, Skios. Plays The Two of Us, 4 one-act plays for 2 actors, Black and Silver, Mr. Foot, Chinaman, and the New Quixote, Alphabetical Order and Donkey's Years. Clouds, The Cherry Orchard trans. Chekhov, Balmoral, The Fruits of Enlightenment trans. Tolstoy, Liberty Hall, Make and Break, Noises Off, Three Sisters trans. Chekhov, Number 1 translated from Jean-Anne Earls Le Nombril. Benefactors, Wild Honey trans. Chekhov, The Seagull trans. Chekhov, Uncle Vanya trans. Chekhov, Balmoral, The Sneeze based on short stories and plays of Chekhov. First and Last, Exchange trans. Adapted Yuri Trifonov. Listen to this, sketches and monologues. Jamie on a Flying Visit and Birthday. Look, Audience. Plays 2, Matthew in ISBN 9780413660800. Here, La Belle Vivette, a version of Chekhov and Bach's La Belle Hélène. Alarms and Excursions. More plays than one. Copenhagen. Plays 3, Matthewan. Democracy. Afterlife. Matchbox Theatre. 30 Short Entertainments ISBN 9780571313938. Non-fiction. The Day of the Dog articles reprinted from The Guardian. The Book of Fub articles reprinted from The Guardian. On the Outskirts articles reprinted from The Observer. At Bay and Gear Street articles reprinted from The Observer. The original Michael Frayn, a collection of the above 4, plus 19 new Observer pieces. Speak After the Beep. Studies in the Art of Communicating with Inanimate and Semi-Animate Objects articles reprinted from The Guardian. Constructions, a volume of philosophical twaddle. Celia's Secret, an investigation, with David Burke. The Human Touch, our part in the creation of the universe. Stage directions. Writing on theatre, 1970 to 2008. His path into theatre and a collection of the introductions to his plays. Travels with a typewriter, a collection of Frayn's travel pieces from the 1960s and 70s from The Guardian and The Observer. My Father's Fortune. A Life, a memoir of Frayn's childhood.